Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Stone, and it's been a while since we've done a lesson together, but this is your grammar lesson for the week. And if you'll notice, we're skipping some lessons because this is lesson 46. We only have 36 weeks in our school year, and so some lessons we're going to have to be skipped in order to get to the most important lessons. And so I feel like commas in a series is a very important lesson for you to have. And so that's why we've skipped some lessons. So you're going to need your workbook, and I need for you to turn to page 208. 208. All right, let's look at commas in a series. It says a comma separates words or ideas in a sentence and tells the reader when to pause. You probably already knew that. I think it's just a matter of forgetting to put commas in. So it says sometimes a sentence has a series or a list of 3 or more items. Use a comma to separate the items in a series. First example, our teachers, comma, parents, comma, and classmates planned a field day. The event took place on a beautiful, comma, warm, comma, sunny Saturday. I brought sunglasses, comma, a hat, comma, and some sunscreen. To get to the park, many people walked, comma, biked, comma, or drove. Now, it says do not use a comma after the last word in the series. So like in the very first sentence where it says our teachers, comma, parents, comma, and classmates. You'll notice that they did not put a comma after the words classmates because that's the series, and the rule is you don't put a comma after the last word of that series. So another one that people really get messed up on, and this was probably my little pet peeve as in grammar, they always forget that comma before the end. And so look at the first sentence, our teachers, comma, parents, comma. That's the comma that most people will forget to put in. So you always need to have a comma before your and, or if you look in that last sentence where it says walked, comma, biked, comma, or drove. So that's another series, but you have to remember to put that comma, that second comma in before the and or the or. All right, and then again it says do not use a comma after the last words in this series. I think this is going to be a very simplest exercise, practice set A for you. So go ahead and look at practice set A on the bottom of the page. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and do numbers 1 through 10 by yourself. And then when you're finished with that, we're going to come back and we're going to check our answers together. I think most of you have this. There just may be reminders that you need to think about. Remember to put a comma before the and or an or, and remember not to put a comma after a series, after the last word of the series. So go ahead and do 1 through 10 and come back whenever you're ready. All right, now that you're ready, let's look at number 1. It says parents organized races, contests, and activities. If you'll notice when I read that, there's a natural pause behind some of these words. And so you should have a comma after races and after contests. You have to have that one after contests. It's before the and so it separates those two. Number 2, people played softball, volleyball, and basketball. The natural pauses in that list of words is between softball and volleyball, and then after volleyball and before the and. Please, please, please do not forget that comma before the and or the or. Number 3, I pitched, batted, and scored in the softball game. Okay, now this one doesn't come at the end of the sentence. It comes towards the beginning of the sentence. So you need to remember that it should be pitched, comma, batted, comma, because there's that and scored. But you're not going to put a comma at the end of that series because there's still more words in that sentence. Number 4, friends, relatives, and pets sat nearby and watched us play. So you're going to have friends, comma, relatives, comma. Now, you do not have a comma after the words pets, all right? Because if I took out friends, relatives, and I said pets sat nearby, you wouldn't put a comma after the word pets there. So that's why you don't do it in that series of words. Number 5, Jess, Mario, and Kate hit home runs. So you're going to have Jess, comma, Mario, comma, and Kate, but no comma after Kate. Number 6. For lunch, my dad grilled the hamburgers, hot dogs, and ribs. Now, this one, you'll notice there's 4 words, but 2 of those words go together. And they should be hamburgers, comma, hot dogs, comma, and ribs. Hot dogs goes together. And so that's kind of like a compound word, but they're not connected. You want to make sure, because that wouldn't make any sense if you put hamburgers, comma, hot, comma, dogs, because that means like a puppy dog. So you don't want to grill a puppy dog. That'd be kind of mean. So anyway, number 7, I put lettuce, tomato, and ketchup on my hamburger. So you should have, I put lettuce, comma, tomato, comma, and ketchup. No comma after ketchup. Number 8, the ribs tasted hot, spicy, and delicious. So you should have hot, comma, spicy, comma, and delicious. Number 9, everyone gnawed, nibbled, munched, and crunched corn on the cob. So you're going to have gnawed, comma, nibbled, comma, munched, comma, and crunched. But do not put a comma after the word crunched. And the last one, number 10, for dessert, we ate big, ripe, juicy peaches. You're going to have big, comma, ripe, juicy peaches. Now, you'll notice that you did not put a comma between the words juicy and peaches. It's the last word in that series, and so you're not going to put a comma there. So, hopefully you got everything right. If not, hopefully you've corrected what was wrong. And it was a short lesson for today. But I think most of you know this. I think that a lot of you just forget to put that comma between the second word and the and or something like that. So it's something you need to practice on. And I hope you have the great rest of your day. And I will see you on Tuesday.